Good evening, everybody. It is 6:15 out here on the West Coast, and this is See Your Greatness, the 5-day challenge, and this is day 4. The truth will set you free. Hi, everybody. This is Monika Zands. Excited to be with you on this beautiful day. It's been a hot one out here in Los Angeles. Thank you so much for all the love. Thank you for the hearts. Hello, Talia. If you're new, go ahead and type new and where you're from. Hi, Alan. How you doing? Great to see you. Anybody else out there new that just joined us? I think one of your names popped by really, really fast. Hi, Kina. How you doing? Great to see you. If you are new to my scopes or you're an old timer and you've been here before, hi Lawrence, how you doing? You can slide to the right on an iPhone and you can hit invite followers, you can hit invite Facebook, you can hit invite Twitter followers so that they can take advantage of the lessons that you're learning or the conversation that you're being a part of. Awesome. I'm excited to talk to you about day 4 of the See Your Greatness Challenge. So we've talked each day about a little bit different conversation, each day building on the idea of seeing your greatness. On day 1, we talked about taking inventory. So taking inventory on what greatness means. How do you see your greatness? Where are you looking from? What are the lenses through which you're looking? So greatness has all different forms that it takes on. And in order to see your greatness and then step into being it, it's important to understand where the seeing comes from. So sometimes our seeing is with our eyes. We look around us in the world, or we may turn our eyes on the inside. Sometimes seeing is through our heart, recognizing emotionally what we're experiencing. Sometimes seeing is through the mental experiences that we have, the books we read, the learning, the knowledge that we acquire. So it's important for you to take inventory. Where is the greatness that I'm seeing derived from? Am I seeing greatness around me but not necessarily taking it on? Or am I recognizing my own greatness in the face of greatness itself? Then on day 2, we talked about the greatness mirror. So the greatness mirror is a couple of different things. One, we talked about negative projection. So out there in the world, when someone is acting a certain kind of way and it triggers you, or you notice that there's frustration around you, having the opportunity to turn it in on yourself and ask, if that's being reflected to me, what is the truth about me? Am I frustrated? Is there anger in my path? Is there upset or frustration that I get to deal with? Then on the flip side of negative projections, there's also positive projections. So that means being excited about seeing what's out there. So Alan, maybe in your case, Lawrence is this stand-up, amazing role model, this mentor, this person that stands for your greatness. But in seeing what he stands for and seeing how he operates, maybe equally that gives you access to seeing that the only reason you can see that in Lawrence, or the only reason you out there can see it in someone else, is because it's in you too. So turning it around and seeing that yourself is really important to do. Hello, Maureen Wasmin. Nice to see you. You are new to the scope, so thank you. Welcome. Aunt Lewis, thanks for joining. Welcome, welcome. All right, great. So we're talking about each of the days, as today is day 4 of the 5-day See Your Greatness Challenge. Day 5 will be tomorrow. So we're on day number 3, the recap. Day 3 was about your secret superpower. So the ability to see the future by envisioning the greatness that you're stepping into. So many of us are awesome at acknowledging and edifying other people, but where we lack some of that edification is inside of ourselves. When was the last time you saw your greatness? When was the last time you acknowledged some of the gifts you are uniquely qualified to share with the world? Some of the things you count on every day that maybe you take for granted because they come so easily to you, but they're the very gifts that people in the world need because you have them and you can teach them and pay them forward. So being able to envision you at the point of the greatness allows yourself to create what it is that you want in your business, in your life, and all around you. And that way you begin to see the greatness because the mirror reflects it and the future reflects it. And then you live into the future you already created as though it's happening right now. And we talked about something called a vision party. That vision party is all about creating a vision of something because the brain can't distinguish between what's going on now, live in the moment, or something that's fabricated. The brain, for its sake, when it's envisioned, thinks it's real. Hi, Kara Dogan, 37. A bunch of new people have joined. Thank you so much for joining. Excited to see you if you're new. Alberto, buenos días from España. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Very good. Nice to see you. If you're from somewhere out of the country, let us know. If you're new to the scope, go ahead and let me know where you're from. Excited to do that. Let me just pause now. We've given 3 of the 5 days. Today we're on day 4 of the 5-day See Your Greatness Challenge. Let me pause here for a moment and just share with all of you. My name is Monika Zands. I'm a business consultant and a life coach. I stand for people to see their greatness, be their greatness, and pay it forward. My mission on the planet is to help people recognize their unique gift, their unique legacy, and how can they pay that forward? How can they recognize the gift that they are and allow that to flourish in their business, in their life, in their communication, in their relationships, in all different areas of their life. Seeing a bunch of new faces, a bunch of new people. Welcome, welcome. VJ66, glad to see you here. All right, so here we go. Day 4 challenge. The truth will set you free. So the truth is, before you can see your greatness, you must acknowledge who you have been for another. When you acknowledge who you've been for another, the truth of that, the truth that you've been acknowledged by someone else for what you are for them, can set you free. It can give you access to seeing your greatness. This is a really important thing. When you are acknowledged for something that you've given to someone else, you actually believe it. Inside of belief, there's the distinction between a kind of belief, like I see it, it could be possible, and an unwavering belief, like no matter what, I see it, I know it's possible. And when you have an unwavering belief, all of a sudden, the world around you contributes to the fruition of what that belief creates. So, when you're truthful with yourself by looking through the lens of someone else, you often trust them more than you trust yourself at the beginning because the voices inside of your head have told you so many things that contradict each other over time that sometimes we don't actually have access to seeing the greatness within. But the minute you let that truth set you free, you let the truth that someone has reflected something, and you say, wow, they got me. Wow, they see me. Wow, they value me. Then the freedom allows you to step into that more fully. It allows you to honor that more fully. It allows you to embrace that more fully. And then you can be it. Then you can step into embracing, that's the part of me that I wish to be on this planet. The moment you're validated for what it is that you so desire to be seen for, it all of a sudden becomes, inside of your consciousness, the truth. It becomes your truth. Instead of it being a possible ego experience, it becomes your authentic truth. The moment we tap into a brief moment, even if it's just a moment of authenticity, we actually can have access to the gifts, to the skills, to the resources, to the impact that we are. So it's a really big step that we often don't acknowledge as valuable because we write it off. People acknowledge us for something and we say, oh, yeah. Because we've heard that before, because we don't believe it, or because we don't want to be worthy enough, or because we want to be humble. But in humility, it's important to embrace the truth of who you are. It's important to embrace that you recognize that truth. So when you do that, you honor your own mindset, you honor your own heart, and you tell yourself, yes, I can trust myself and that truth. So our 5-day challenge will come to an end tomorrow. So I'm excited for you to join me tomorrow on the final day of the See Your Greatness 5-day challenge, where we can close the book on seeing your greatness, and next week we can jump into the beginning of being your greatness, actually stepping into the actions, the playbook, the execution, the creating the results that living from seeing your greatness provides. So, if you haven't experienced the truth that you are great, if you haven't experienced the freedom from the critical voices inside of your head, then your homework between now and Sunday evening is to speak or share or interview with people, both people that you trust and maybe people that don't know you that well, and ask them, what do you see in me that's a quality that makes a difference? What is the difference that I may have made for you? Or what is it that you recognize in me that's a part of you? By asking people those questions, all of a sudden you give people access to seeing it inside of themselves, as well as acknowledging for yourself and edifying that really is a part of who I am. So you can find me on social media. I'm on Facebook at Monika Zands Consulting. I have a website, monikazands.com. In my Periscope profile, you can click on the little profile and you can see all of the different Periscopes that I've done over the 24 hours. Every morning, I do a daily inspiration to get your day started, your mindset started. Every evening, it's usually a themed scope title. And I also, throughout the week, give tips that are breakout tips on Periscope. But I want to do a little shout out right now. There is a beautiful woman named Sue Monhate. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. She's part of a group that I'm participating in called the Periscope Profit Machine by Kim Garst and the Social Boom team. And what I'm loving about connecting with individuals inside of this VIP program is the opportunity to recognize that each of us has our growth opportunity. Each of us has opportunities to learn. But sometimes when someone else goes through a learning opportunity, we too learn along their side. We can cheer for them. We can help them rise back up if they feel like they were not at their highest potential, but we also get to learn from them and honor the process they went through, the vulnerability and confidence that they had, the courage it took them to go through something. So this is a shout out to Sue. Thank you so much for your courage. Thank you so much for being available to learn, to grow, and to use Periscope in the way that we're just learning and we're stepping in there and we're opening our mindset and our eyes. Ruben, so your life is defined on the impact you caused in others' lives, like a group project in school. Awesome, Leah. Yes, thank you for sharing that, you guys. Thank you so much for the hearts. Whenever you're in Periscope, I implore you, tap on the hearts no matter what you do, just to give a little bit of love, to remind people the value that they're bringing you, to remind people that what they're sharing with you matters, makes a difference, has made an impact in your life. That's the one way that Periscope is so beautiful. It's the way to pay forward and spread love on this planet. So I wish you all a blessing of a night. I'll see you tomorrow with day 5 of the challenge. And remember, the truth will set you free. I'm Monika, and remember, see your greatness, be your greatness, and pay it forward. Love you guys. Mwah!